The city of Gering is one step closer to getting a new casino racetrack. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. And our top story, the Gering Planning Commission has given their stamp of approval on a new conditional use permit for the property that would become a quarterhouse racetrack and casino resort on the southern edge of the community. The original conditional use permit for property owner Scottsbluff Exposition and Racing was approved back in 2021 and given a one-year extension last year, but a new permit was required in part due to the organization partnering with a new gaming operator. Sharon Hazelhoff with Elite Casino Resorts explained their plan for the property, which would grow in stages.
We really want to capitalize on the quarter horse racing that Colorado and Wyoming have, and eastern Nebraska can have the thoroughbred racing, and we want to create a Gering Ogallala racing circuit with quarter horses in western Nebraska. And we want to create revenue from outside of Nebraska and bring residents from Colorado and Wyoming to western Nebraska to enjoy that quarter horse and staycations at our casino resort.
The conditional use permit was presented with 9 specific conditions, including a housing study by SBER and possible need to provide such housing, to which County Board Chair Ken Meyer objected.
If I were to bring in a manufacturing company that was going to employ 500 people, would I be required to build 500 houses? There are 36,000 people that live in Scottsbluff County. I'm guessing we can find 300 people that would go to work for this casino.
A number of people in the gallery voiced support for the development, while others expressed concerns about increased noise, light pollution, traffic, and potential for criminal activity. An additional condition was added to make the developers install their landscaping improvements as the various stages of the project are built, and the commission voted 7-1 to make a positive recommendation that will be forwarded to the city council. Well, a 35-year-old Scottsbluff man has been arrested following a 10-month-long investigation by the Wing Drug Task Force. Court records show that Joshua Hasso is facing 5 counts of distribution of a controlled substance following controlled buys in December and June. Police say Hasso sold nearly 2 ounces of methamphetamine, fentanyl, and other pills during 3 controlled buys. An arrest warrant was served this week, with bond set at $350,000 with a 10% provision, and he was arraigned on the charges Wednesday in Scottsbluff County Court. And authorities say they've made arrests tied to a rash of thefts from motor vehicles that took place earlier this month in Scottsbluff. A high-risk search warrant was executed by the Scottsbluff County SWAT team this past Sunday in the 1700 block of 18th Street in Mitchell. As a result, 20-year-old Hunter Schoen of Mitchell and 21-year-old Bradley Weller of Scottsbluff were taken into custody and are facing 7 charges of theft by unlawful taking. Agencies assisting in the investigation, including Mitchell Police, Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Office, and Valley Ambulance. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Welcome back. The Nebraska Department of Transportation wants to study possible alternatives to reduce the number of vehicle collisions involving big game in the Wildcat Hills, especially bighorn sheep. Earlier this summer, the city of Gering authorized the mayor to sign a letter in support of the Nebraska Department of Transportation's effort to obtain a wildlife crossing pilot program grant, which would fund a feasibility study with Nebraska Game and Parks. NDOT officials tell KNB News large game animals make frequent movements across Highway 71 in the Wildcat Hills, and since 2009, there have been 22 documented vehicle collisions with bighorn sheep, 20 of them fatal to the animal involved. Economically, the Nebraska Game and Parks 2022 annual report noted that 2 bighorn sheep permits generated more than $480,000 from hunters vying for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to harvest one of the iconic animals, and there are numerous tours every year to view, photograph, and admire the native species. And rural Nebraskans are increasingly pessimistic about their current and future well-being, according to the 2023 Nebraska Rural Poll. This year, 27% of respondents indicated they are worse off than they were 5 years ago, up 21% last year, 11% in 2021, and nearly as high as 28% negative response in 2009. The increase in pessimism was matched with a decrease in optimism, with 45% of rural Nebraskans surveyed believe they are better off compared to 5 years ago. That's down 5% from last year. Researchers say the trend towards pessimism might stem from perceptions of the economy, with many rural Nebraskans not optimistic about economic conditions in the next year, and about 25% expecting significant increases in prices, inflation, and interest rates.
At Renewal by Andersen, they make the best windows and patio doors you can get. But they've also set the gold standard for service. At Renewal by Andersen, their signature service is second to none.
It's old school quality. This type of service doesn't exist outside of Renewal.
Renewal by Andersen's signature service: trust, respect, care. Renewal by Andersen. You'll be delighted like so many others are. Visit rbawyoming.com now to book your free estimate.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Back in the gym for a Thursday night. We've got a pair of high school volleyball broadcasts tonight on the network. That includes Gering heading to the Sydney Triangular. They'll have matches there against Mitchell and the host Lady Raiders. Gering coach Amanda Cochran on the challenge in front of the Bulldogs for tonight.
Yeah, with Mitchell and Sydney, we're looking for some great rallies, great level of play. We know they're going to bring it. Both teams are. We're not going to overlook either one. We're just going to take care of our side of the net and play consistent volleyball and serve and pass well and be ready to dig.
Gering entering play tonight at number 6 in Class B power points with just the lone loss to Scottsbluff on the record this season. Coverage for Gering volleyball tonight against Mitchell and Sydney on KMOR 93.3 with Jeff Kelly. Scottsbluff, they're back in action tonight as well after over a week off since winning that 3-set thriller at Gering last Tuesday night in front of a massive crowd. The Bearcats are 9-7 overall this year, and they already have a win over Chadron from late August for head coach Leslie Forrell.
I don't take any stock into their record because Chadron, they have some super athletic girls and some strong hitters, and I mean girls that have had a ton of varsity experience, and Blakely, she's such a good coach. So even though their record doesn't look that great, I'm still expecting a big fight for tonight.
As Coach said, don't put too much stock in Chadron's 7-10 record in their last 7 matches, all losses. They played teams with a combined record of 85-21. The broadcast tonight for Scottsbluff Chadron on the trail. The WNCC volleyball team got a road win over McCook on Tuesday to open up Region 9 conference play. They'll stay out on the road tomorrow night, heading to Lamar Community College in Colorado. WNCC now back to 500 overall this season. Chuck Schwartz will have that one tomorrow night on KOLT 690 101.7 pregame at 5:45. Again, first serve tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. 2 football broadcasts tomorrow, of course, including Scottsbluff looking to bounce back from that home loss last Friday night against York. The Cats heading to Grand Island Northwest. Gering is 1-3 and off a road loss to Ogallala. They'll be home to take on the Seward Blue Jays, who come west at 3-1. Gering tomorrow on KMOR and Scottsbluff on the trail. That's the latest for local sports today from the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, John Carrington, the first medical provider at the Community Action Partnership of Western Nebraska, has been named the recipient of the 2023 Healthcare Community Alliance Network Lifetime Community Advocate Award for outstanding contributions to healthcare. This award is presented to an individual who has made significant contributions to the improvement of healthcare in the community. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.